All right, guys. So today, authentic talk with Jay number, I don't remember. I think it's 6, 7, or 8. Wanted to talk to you about something. I had 2 days ago a diagnosis call with a 40-year-old plus man, meaning I think he was 43, 44. Why do I want to talk about this guy today? Because it's going to be a lesson for all of you guys. Age does not matter, mindset does. What do I mean by that? The guy was 44 years old, all right? Or 43. And the guy basically had less than 20K savings, 20K dollars in savings after working decades in the rat race, all right? He came to me, he's like, I've seen all these guys, your clients make money, change their lives completely, and then make money online by helping others. I'm super interested, blah, blah, yada, yada, yada. Cool. I've seen, from 20-year-old, 30-year-old to 40 years old make money online by being coached by you, mentored by you. Cool. Guy says, and I was previously an alcoholic. I lost my friends because of my alcohol problem. I'm under depression medication, and I'm trying to get my life into order, and that's why I also talk to you today, Jay, because I need to get my shit together and I want to make money and all that stuff. And it's always like this. These guys, no matter what age they are, these guys are like, I'm really committed, I want to change, blah blah blah. If nothing changes, nothing changes. They fucking tell all these different types of quotes that they've heard, I don't know where. Until it comes down to the end of the call, where it comes down to the investment. Now you need, it's all good to say, oh yeah, I need to change. I have all these resolutions and stuff like that. And then you lose your fucking balls when it comes to investing in yourself. That's most men. Most men lose their fucking balls when it comes to investing in themselves. And then they wonder why they remain average their entire lives. So either way, I show him everything. I show him that it's a guarantee for him. If he doesn't see any value, or if he's not happy with anything, I don't care about his money. He doesn't have to pay or anything like that, because at the end of the day, I do not care. I'm good financially. I'm good in all aspects of my life. I have success in all aspects of my life. And right now, my only purpose right now is to scale my fucking impact, right? This is my only goal right now. So either way, the guy, I show him everything. I need to think about it. So of course, this is the typical objection that people can tell you, basically. The worst thing somebody can tell you, really, and if some of you guys watch me and you hop on a call with me and you say this, we're not gonna work together. If you tell me I need to speak to my wife, I will not fucking work with you. And at first, before, I didn't have an issue with that. I was kind of, I'm a spiritual guy. I understand levels of consciousness. I understand that sometimes, it's a partnership. You need to talk to your wife about it. You need to talk about stuff. The problem is, each time I decided to work with somebody who first needed to speak to his wife lacked testosterone, lacked determination, and psychologically also, it means that you need the approval of somebody else to make a fucking decision to you yourself become the best version of yourself. It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. So next time I hear I need to speak to my wife, it's a red flag for me that I do not want to work with this person. Because from now on, I only work with people I see potential in and I know they're going to kill it. I'm tired of having to deal with average ass people who kind of like need approval from everybody else and stuff like that. You need to have balls. Either way, this was not the point for this guy. This guy said, I need to think about it. Can you give me 24 hours? And of course, there is the money objection that you need to handle. You need to kind of like see all the smoke screens. You need to see what's the real objection. Usually it's trust, right? But right now, it wasn't necessarily trust. I think he didn't have the balls. He didn't believe he could do it. Or, financially it was a bit too tight for him, according to him. But at the end of the day, like, this guy was single. He was basically mentally at rock bottom. He could not go any further down. So when you're at rock bottom, you technically have nothing to lose. It would be the best time for you to fucking invest in yourself and to take action, right? And that's why I have like 20-year-olds that literally invest all their fucking savings into my mentorship, and then they make 4 to 5 figures, multiple 5 figures per day. Some of them. And then I have these 30-year-old, 40-year-olds in my DM saying, oh, you know, it's incredible. How can I do this, the same thing and stuff like that? And when they come to a call, then all their courage and all their quotes that they're using to motivate themselves goes out the fucking window. And they become pussified, basically. And this is the point that I'm trying to make. Age does not matter. Mindset does. Some of my most successful students are young, inexperienced, without any type of knowledge, without any type of skills. Yet they're able to make 5 figures per month and absolutely kill it because they stop overthinking. They stop finding excuses. Fucking hell. Remind yourself, this guy, 44, 43 years old, has nothing to lose, because you could use the excuse of, you know, he has a family, he has responsibilities and stuff like that. He does not have any responsibilities. He does not have any people to take care of. He's single. It's the best time for him to invest in himself. Same thing. Oh, I need 24 hours to think about it. Either way, you know, after 2 to 3 objection handling, I'm like, okay, you know what, let it go. The guy doesn't seem serious. Either way, he came back to me, he chatted a bit afterwards, and then he's like, is it okay if we do this for the new year? Typical. That's how you know if somebody's average or not, or has like average thinking. If they believe they need to wait until New Year to take a fucking resolution. If you wait until New Year to take a fucking resolution, you are by definition average. This is when the gyms are packed. This is when all the people take resolutions. And that means that you're like the masses. You're like everybody else. You're average. So either way, he says this, can we wait until New Year's and stuff like that? I'm like, sure, you know, if you want. But at the end of the day, if you want me to give you the special discounts before Christmas, then you need to take fucking action. I said this to him. The guy comes back to me and say, you know, I don't like to feel pressured, I don't think this is for me. Bro, the guy literally in the call said, I need to change, I need to get better, I need to be a better version of myself and stuff like that. And then he's like, if I feel pressured, I don't think it's for me. This is why this generation is fucked. Even the generation of your parents, if you're 20-year-old right now and you're watching this, this is why the generation is fucked. We have allowed men to be so pussified. We have allowed men to be so filled and having so many ways out that for each little slight discomfort, they are able to just quit, basically. And that's why we have problems when it comes to, that's why most men are now super depressed. We have like 50% of Americans who are single and miserable. You have more and more men who are under antidepressants. You have a mental health crisis going on. And the rates at which the men suicide or, you know, kill themselves is increasing. And in 2024, 50% of men under 30, Americans, US men under 30 were virgins. This is exactly why. When you have zero balls, when you have zero testosterone, when you're constantly lying to yourself, when you're constantly not pushing yourself outside your comfort zone, then of course you feel miserable. Of course you feel depressed. Of course you feel like a fucking loser. And you cannot fool your soul. You cannot lie to your subconscious mind. The subconscious mind knows every single time you have lied to yourself, you told yourself that you were going to do something and you didn't do it, the fact that you don't follow through with your word, you don't follow through with your actions, every single time you do this, you're basically sending a message to your subconscious mind that says, I'm a bitch, I'm lying to myself, I'm not good enough. So do not wonder if you feel depressed, if you feel miserable, if you're doing this. It's completely normal. It's completely normal. You constantly, every single action you take every single day, whether you like it or not, has an impact on your subconscious mind. Has an impact on your subconscious mind. You feel like it doesn't matter, you know, every single, it's one time I'm gonna eat this cake, one time I'm gonna skip to the gym, one time I'm gonna fucking fap, one time I'm not gonna actually follow through. No, every single time you do this, you're reprogramming your subconscious mind. You do not realize the power of your fucking subconscious mind. So, point being, age does not matter, mindset does. Which is why I have students who came to me, they were 17 and they made 5 figures. They made their first $10,000 per month when they were 17, whereas there is still 40-year-olds that have too much of an ego, too much of an arrogance to humble themselves, to drop the ego, to be able to learn from a 27-year-old guy like me who knows what the fuck he's doing when it comes to building an online coaching business and actually elevating others and helping people become their best self. So why am I babbling onto this fact? It's simply to let you guys know that right now, if you're not an alcoholic, literally, like if you're not under drugs, if alcohol doesn't control you, if you're working every single day on yourself, if you have a morning routine, if you are working on a business, online business, if you do not use your past as an excuse or your current circumstances or the hand that you've been dealt as limitations and as an excuse to not move forward, you're already above 90% of men. Because 90% of men are eating processed shit food, they are listening to mass media, they're being programmed by society, and then they wonder why they're becoming a statistic, basically, like a fucking depressed man who is single, who is undesired by women, and who basically just will end up being miserable and single his entire life. So the guy didn't like to be under pressure and stuff like that. You need to realize, and you know, I've had my fair share of spiritual awakening and stuff like that. And when you're when you start to awake spiritually, the easy route is to just, you know, operate from a complete place of abundance and love, and therefore like understanding that everybody's on their different path and different journey, and that's fine. So, but the thing is, my goal right now is to wake you guys up. And before that, I was very spiritually, as I told you, spiritually abundant and stuff like that. So basically, you know, letting him find out on his own. But the thing is, men and women, by the way, if we do not put pressure on ourselves, diamonds cannot be created from our coal circumstances, right? So we need pressure. We need to apply pressure. And I would be a bad coach or a bad guide or mentor if I didn't fucking apply pressure to my clients, my coaches, my clients, my students, and my prospects. So you need to realize that when you start having a conversation with me, the coaching already starts to happen, whether you like it or not. I'm already starting to coach you by making you diagnose your own state of mind, where you are in your life, how did you get there. That's why I do these diagnosis calls. And for those of you who haven't been following me for a long time, or who have followed me on Instagram for a long time, but you've been fucking living under a rock, I do diagnosis call. For now, as of now in December 2024, I'm still doing my own diagnosis call, meaning I hop on a call with somebody I see potential with. I see where they are in their life. I see where they want to go. And I help them design a fucking war battle plan to get where they want to go, right? Usually, it's always around personal development, because at the end of the day, even when you want to make money, the only limitation preventing you from making the money that you truly want to make is fucking you. Right? Your lifestyle will never exceed your level of personal development. Your level of success will never exceed your level of personal development. Your level of identity will never exceed your level of success, will never exceed your level of identity, because your identity equals your reality. That's the reality of the game. There's something in physics called the observer effect, meaning that for each object that is observed, you need a corresponding observer. So the reality that you're observing right now needs you to exist. And the thing is, by the double split experiment that they did in physics, when somebody observes an atom, it changes its characteristics and properties. Meaning that by you observing something, it will change its atomic structure. What does that mean? It means that by you putting your focus, it has energy. You putting your focus onto it has energy. It sends electromagnetic signals and brain waves that modify the structure of what you observe. Meaning that your perception creates your projection, aka creates your reality. So if you have a positive perception, a positive frame of mind, a positive projection onto your reality, what is going to happen? Feedback loop. It's going to create more. It's going to create more of that positivity that you are projecting onto your reality. So your projection and your perception equals your reality. So if you do not realize that you are your own bottleneck, and if you don't have the fucking balls to invest in yourself, because at the end of the day, the next level that you're seeking is on the other side of the consciousness elevation and knowledge elevation that you need. Because if you knew what I know right now, with your skills and knowledge, you will already be making high 5 figures per month, even 6 figures per month, and be money, time, and location free. But you don't know what I know, which is why you're still stuck in a 9-to-5, or you're not where you want to be. So you do not have the knowledge or the blueprint that is needed for you to make the money that you want and for you to be free. Cool. So you need to drop the ego. You need to realize that some people know more and have exactly the life that you want, and you need to learn from them, and you need to stop listening to your bitchy self and your doubtful mind saying, oh, you know, I don't think it's going to work, and maybe when I'm more financially comfortable. The guy had the money to invest, but because he was, you know, letting his fear take over, he will be stuck. He will remain stuck. And I need to make these types of videos to wake you guys up, because I see so many of you guys, if you do not fucking take action, you are going to stay stuck your entire life. My wake-up call, because I was exactly like you, I was a fuck up. I was a fuck up doing drugs, being an alcoholic, living for the weekend, because I didn't have any purpose, because the rat race 9-to-5 matrix made me depressed, made me miserable, because I didn't have a purpose. I didn't know what I wanted to do in life. And it was until I had my stroke at 23 years old, because I was going too ham on the party, too much on the drugs and alcohol and all that stuff, because I was depressed and I lacked purpose, that then this woke me up, and I started to work on my personal development. And from there on out, I became absolutely obsessed with personal development, changed my life with it, and then started to change other people's lives with it. And this is how I grew my online business. And then I first became a mindset coach. I grew to a multiple 5 figures per month profit by being a mindset coach. And then people asked me, okay, how do you actually make so much money as an online coach using and leveraging social media and different types of platforms? And that's how I basically became an online business coach. That's how I became an online business coach and helped others. Either way, my point is, your biggest fucking bottleneck is yourself. Age does not matter, mindset does. I've seen pussified men who are 45 years old who will never, I can tell you, if they do not wake up, if they don't have a drastic wake-up call, they will never achieve anything in their lives. And on the other side, I've seen 17-year-olds who have 10 times the balls and 10 times the mindset that these guys have. So if you're watching this video right now, this is your wake-up call. Do not wait until life makes it difficult for you to change, because it's going to be 10 times harder for you to control your circumstances and change your life when it's life deciding to be hard on you. It's better for you to purposefully, intentionally be hard on yourself so you can control the characteristics and the circumstances rather than waiting for life to be hard on you. So either way, it's not because you are 40 years old that you know what the fuck you're talking about. The guy was unfortunately overweight, depressed, alcoholic, and still didn't have the balls at the end after everything that I've shown you, after giving him all the trust and all the comfort in the world in terms of, you know, me making it as easy as possible. He didn't take action. So what does that tell you? That tells you that your competition, guys, is fucking negligible, right? You think that the market is saturated with online coaching because maybe you have some skills in terms of health, wealth, relationships. Maybe you think that it's saturated. It's saturated for people who don't know what the fuck they're doing. That's the reality of the game. 90% of people don't know what the fuck they're doing. And that's why they say, oh, it's saturated, I don't make a lot of money. If you're making less than $10,000 per month, minimum, with your online coaching business, then really you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Really. Because the low end of this is really between 30 to 50K per month. The high end is multiple millions per month. So either way, my point is to fucking wake you up, because as you elevate self, as you master self, as your own personal development gets better and better and better, this is your opportunity for you to develop a business based around you, based around your own personal development. And it's the best fucking job in the world, the best fucking business in the world, because you get paid thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for you to become your best self and for you to elevate other people at the same time. So really and truly, it's the best way to make money online, in my opinion, because I'm not really into e-commerce and all that stuff. It's, for me, the best way. It's to become the best version of yourself and help solve people's problems. Because again, as you may have heard me say times and times again, 85% of people either hate or dislike their jobs. 50% of Americans are overweight or obese, and 49% to 50% of Americans are miserable and single. And the mental health crisis is exploding right now. So again, you only need to be one step ahead of somebody, of your audience, with a bit of knowledge, a bit of superior knowledge in health, wealth, relationships, to be able to help them. All right. And if you want to get all the knowledge that I actually used in health, wealth, relationships, to be able to make multiple five figures in health, in the health market, in the relationship market, and in the wealth market, because I've had coaching business in mindset and fitness and nutrition. I've had coaching business, online coaching business, making multiple five figures in relationship and dating business, in dating coaching. And I've also made multiple high five figures in wealth, the wealth market, so business coaching and stuff like that. Then you can DM me on Instagram. But that's not the priority here. The priority is for you to fucking wake up first. Use your own personal development. It has never been easier to be above average. It has never been easier to crush your competition. The average man is so societally programmed to be mediocre, then he wonders why he doesn't get any dates. Nobody wants to do business with him. He's not rich, basically. So either way, my point is, age does not matter, guys. Mindset does. So do not use your age as an excuse. Don't be like, oh, I'm too young, or oh, I'm too old. That does not mean shit. All right? That does not mean shit. You need to better your mindset. Mindset is the foundation of everything. Without mindset, you'll constantly sabotage yourself and you'll never reach your desired goals. All right? Mindset is the cornerstone of everything. And I know it sounds corny. I know you've heard so many people trying to sell you courses say that online, but it's the truth. The truth. If you do not have a proper mindset, no matter what you do, you'll never be able to reach success and keep success in your life, because success is not only action-based, it's at 99% character-based. It's who you are more than what you do or how you do things. it is 10 times more important for you to become the best version of yourself, and which is inevitably going to attract success by your elevating your consciousness, you're elevating your frequency, because we live in a universe of energy, and everything is frequency vibrating at different everything is energy vibrating at different frequencies. And if you align yourself naturally with the frequency of success, as Nikola Tesla said, if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, vibration, and frequency. If you align yourself with the frequency of abundance and success, you'll naturally, inevitably, on a long period of time, attract success in your life. And that is only possible by becoming somebody who is worthy of success. Nothing else, right? That's why there is the difference between somebody who take action without the universal leverage, and then somebody who take action with the universal leverage. And that makes all the difference, because they become they become somebody that naturally attracts success, instead of just relying on basic action. So again, age does not matter, mindset does. Success is more dependent on who you are than what you do.